What's up, dudes and dudes of the internet? My name's Scyushi, and we are back in more Trove. This is going to end up being a pretty short video, but something that I think deserves attention. Because oddly enough, there is a specific gem in Trove that has had an incorrect description since it was added into the game. Maybe the devs will pay attention to this video, maybe they'll end up fixing it, I don't know. But it's interesting because a lot of the gems actually have a false description. Like Explosive Epilogue is slightly not as accurate as it should be. But the main gem we're going to be talking about today is Volatile Velocity. So it says it increases the shot speed of any projectile. That's it. What does that even mean? Well, frankly speaking, so much of us back in the day thought, okay, so if it increases the shot speed, that means the projectile reaches its target faster. So it essentially means that does your damage end up increasing overall, or does it just make it that your gems are a little bit more accurate? I don't know. What it actually means is it increases your range of your projectile by like 30 or 40%. Like, it's pretty significant. And that's the reason why in all of my class guides and so on and so forth, I'm always talking about how this is a mandatory gem on the Shadow Hunter in particular, because something that still gets brought up to this day is the Shadow Hunter can shoot through walls. A lot of people, for some reason, still don't seem to know that. But back in, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years ago, when the Shadow Hunter ended up getting its overhaul, they made it so that your projectiles would shoot through enemies and through walls. Granted, in order to shoot through enemies, you have to not have the class gem equipped. And as soon as you equip the class gem on the Shadow Hunter, then you can no longer shoot through enemies, but you can still shoot through walls. So now you can see why Volatile Velocity suddenly becomes a really, really important gem for Shadow Hunter, because it means that you can literally shoot inside dungeons and gather loot without even actually going into the dungeon. Now, the interesting thing is when you're actually like dealing with distances for dungeons and stuff. Let me show you an example right here. Granted, we are on PC, so sorry console players, you're just gonna kind of have to figure this out for yourself and memorize where all of the bosses are. But on PC, we have the boss radar mod, so I can already see that this boss is down here. And with Volatile Velocity, okay, 54 doesn't work. 45, I think that was the sweet spot. Yep. And so long as you're 40 blocks away from the dungeon chest, you will also still gain the loot. As you can see, I ended up getting the turkey box right here. So it's interesting that the game actually has that as an option. It's just weird that the game doesn't end up explaining it properly. So hopefully you found this video helpful. I would appreciate if you would hit that like button on the way out. Just a short little video to let you know that the description for this gem is 100% false.